Rachel with Spunky Misfit Girl here, and today we've got this super cute folio. It's a one-page wonder. Your base and several of your things inside are all going to come from one 12 by 12 paper. I do recommend you choose a paper that has high contrast between the front and back and will show score lines very well. I have maybe not chosen the best piece of paper for that, but it will help you to make this a little easier. And hopefully I can do it with the paper I have. So this little closure here just keeps this closed, and that opens up. Kind of a cute way of doing the front. We've also got this cute little paper clip guy that slides on here. That's totally optional. We've got one tuck spot here in the front. We've got another pocket in the middle. This little envelope guy that slides in there is also going to come from your 12 by 12 paper. And I just made a little card to slide in there. I decorated this guy in a mushroom theme because I'm going to do a second big mushroom journal because the first one I did was so much fun. And then we've got a tuck pocket back here with a little envelope. Or a little envelope. That's an envelope. This is a notebook. And he's got a little file tab there that I like. And this project is inspired by Septaria 18 or Pink Strawberries. I get them mixed up. I don't know why. I think it's Septaria. Okay, so let's get started. This is a little bit of a tricky one, so we're going to be very careful with how we do this. Keep this guy here. So the first thing you're going to do, this is my 12 by 12. I'm using one of the backgrounds. It's a Stamperia background. I was using the Fortune papers, and they're very beautiful. And I may still use some of them for some of the pieces and mix them with this. But it's also very hard to see what I'm doing. So if you have directional paper, the first thing you're going to do, you're going to cut it in half. But we want our direction to go up. So we're going to cut it in half this way. And then, so one of these is going to stay at 12 by 6. And that's going to be your base. And then you're going to cut the other 6 by 6. And that's going to form your notebook and your envelope. Now I may use other papers for that because I have other ones sitting here that I cut up previously. Okay, so then this guy is going to form your base structure. And it is going to get scored. And so you're going to decide what you want to be your main showing pattern, which I think for me is this one. And we're going to put that down, and we're going to put our directional so that it's upright. Okay. And then we're going to score at 1 3/4. And I'm going to try to do this pretty hard so that I'm going to be able to see these, because I had a lot of trouble with my other paper, 8 1/4, not being able to see. And I really need to be able to see my score lines. Okay, and so then you're going to want to turn it, and we're going to want to make sure that our top side comes over here to the left. Nope, I'm actually wrong about that. Don't listen to me. We want our top on the right. Top on the right. Because that's where we're going to cut. So we're going to turn it so that our top is on the right now. And we're going to score at 4 inches just to that second score line though. So I am actually going to give my existing scores a fold, just so that I can see that a little more clearly because it is tricky. So this is going to get a score at 4 inches to the second score line, and then at 5 1/4 to our third score line. Okay. Try to make sure those are visible. So then I'm going to give those new score lines lengthwise a little fold too. Just again, I need to be able to see these, and it is really tricky on this kind of paper. So this there and this there, okay? And I'm going to use my cutter. Now you have this section of 4 squares over here. If you turn it, I can't see exactly where it is. I think it's this one here. And so we're going to cut those off. Just that 4 cube that's in here, okay? I just am really, it's hard to see where these square lines are, so trying to make that as clear as possible for you guys, because it's tricky for me. Oop. There we go. Okay, and then those guys come off, and then you've got one other little guy right here at the top, and he's going to come off too. Okay, so we're going to just go in here where that score line is to the score line over here, and yes. I just lose it. It's like I can see it when I fold it, but then it's gone. Okay. And then you've got this beautiful staircase guy, okay? And we've got this fold here on the right. We're gonna fold that over like this. Ooh. This is going to be better than the other one I was trying to use because it has a lot more contrast. And then it's just going to be an accordion fold. Just like this. Okay? Now, what I did on this one was shorten this front guy too, because I like the layering effect, but it's totally up to you. That's optional. And the easiest way to do it, if you want to do it, is to just put it in your cutter and just eyeball it. Just give it a little bit of a cut. Just down like that. Right? And then you've got this nice layering that's happening. Okay? So then the next thing to do is to punch. We're going to punch this panel here, and I'm going to use this 2-inch edgy, funny edge guy. And then I'm also going to round my corners of all of my pockets here. I got a little bit far over on my score or my cut here on this one, so I'm just actually going to trim that off. And round all of these there. And that makes our base. Okay? I'm thinking actually I might want to bring this down even a little bit more, because my punch, I want to just give it a little bit more room. That's what's nice about projects like these, is you can adapt them depending on your paper and depending on what happens as you're making them. Okay, so then this is the stage to ink, and hopefully that will give us, this paper is still just not as contrast. I would really suggest with this project, use something that's super high contrast. Your front and back are very different. Unfortunately, these Stamperia papers just were not the best for this project. I really wanted to use them. They're so beautiful, the Fortune ones. But you just might want something that's much more differentiated for this to turn out as best as it can. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and glue, and I still managed to forget to bring my glue bottle over here. So I'm going to use my big guy, and so this little guy just gets a line on the bottom. Okay. And then our pocket back here is going to go on the side and the bottom, but we want to be pretty careful to just get a thin line here so our envelope will fit. Don't go too wide on your glue. It's a bit of a tricky pocket. And then this guy is also going to get just on the bottom. There's really a tuck spot back there for that notebook. Okay. This project was inspired, I believe, by Septeria 18. And she did not do the closure this way. I think she might have used Velcro, which I don't like. And so we are going to do this policy closure, but that means we need to see what we're going to have for this outside piece so we can make our pieces. So let's cut. You've got this piece that you cut off. I'm going to cut this top piece off at the score line, and this is going to form my outside piece now. Okay, it's got this fold here, and that is going to go on here like this. And I'm not going to put it on yet. I'm just going to use it to decide. Actually, I've already made these. They might work. Oh, they're so similar. I just want something that's really, really more high contrast. And all these papers are having very similar look to them. I've got this piece. Maybe I can use I hate to punch up the cat. He's so pretty. I want to use him. But maybe this flower will work. Giving me a lighter. Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna live with it. Put that guy there and that guy there. Okay, so this is my 5/8 inch punch, and I'm just gonna do 4 out of craft cardstock. And I'm gonna glue these together, give them a chance to dry while we make our other pieces. Okay? Sticky. just doing a little glue and putting those guys together. And that just gives them a sturdy base so that they can hold that closure. Okay, so let's put that aside for a bit. We've got our closures getting ready and we've glued. So let's make our envelope. And I think I'm gonna go back to these pieces that I had. I think I'm gonna keep this guy for my notebook because that's gonna make a really pretty cover for my notebook. And this guy can make my envelope. So I'm gonna score this guy. I just gotta think about what I want. I want this to be the outside, but do I want it, you know, this could be upside down and this upright. Yeah, that's what I want to do. So I'm going to make this my top. And with the top up, I'm going to score at 1/2 inch on both sides. Okay. And then I'm going to turn it to the left once and score at 2 inches and 4 3/4. And you can do this without scoring too. It's pretty straightforward, especially if you've made envelopes like this before. And then you just want to remove these outside rectangles where your score lines are. Again, tricky on this paper to see these, so I'm just trying to give myself some folds to work from here so that I can see these. I've got this little guy here, right? So I'm gonna take him out. And it's up to you if you want. You can, I think I'm just gonna leave it straight this time. You can also make some little angles, but I'm gonna go just to the inside of those score lines so that I make sure my folds are gonna be fine. Actually gonna give these a good crease, I think, before I do the other two, because it's just gonna make life easier. And they're all getting folded exactly that way anyway. So then this one comes in up here with this score line, and same with this guy. My goodness, everything's feeling hard today. I don't know why that is. You know, some days it's just like that. Okay, so then you've got your tabs here. This is your bottom, and this is your top, and I cut way too far in on my top, and that is a terrible envelope. You can't really tell because the paper is so similar. But yeah, I've got a whole wide piece here that I cut too far in on my this is the problem of not being able to see those score lines. All right, but all you're gonna want to do on your not terrible envelope that you made is round your corners if you want. It's up to you. I don't think I did it on the other one. And that's gonna make my obnoxious space show. And then you'll just glue your bottoms. I don't think I'm even gonna do it. I'm gonna make a new envelope for this guy, and let's make our notebook. which is simple. We're gonna just fold this guy in half. Our my goodness, I can't even get anything right today. If we want to do our tab, we actually don't want to fold it in half. And that means if I do that with this paper though, I'm going to lose my crow, which is sad because it's going to come over further. So let's do this. I'm actually going to use a different piece of paper for this so that you can see, so that I can do it like this. So to make it just shy of halfway at the fold, we're going to score at 2 5/8. But I want it I want it so that this guy's gonna fold like this. So 2 5/8, and then it's gonna fold like this. Okay, and that'll give you your tab, your space for your tab. I think for this one with this paper, I'm gonna just use the crow just like this. Just because I like that crow. But if you're doing it this way, you can round that top corner. And to make our tab, we can just use the cutter and cut it about 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch, about halfway up or so. And then just come in and make your angle for your tab, however you want it. Okay. Oh, that is cute. That is really nice. I like it that way. Maybe I'll save my crow for a different project. And then with this, all I did was sew in a couple of tea-dyed papers. I just used one 8.5 by 11. And cut it down to the right height. Cut it in half. Just to have a couple of sheets that could go in there. And how did that get short? Am I folding the wrong way? I'm folding the wrong way. I swear, you guys, every single thing today I have messed up at least once. Yeah, so now that will go in there. And given that it's a shorter fold than I measured for, I'm gonna cut that off. It's amazing that somehow, even on days like this, you can manage to make really nice things. I like that. I'm really liking this one. Okay, so then I'm just gonna sew it in with a quick little pamphlet stitch. You don't have to do that. You can, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this corner first. So that it matches. You can also just, to make this easy, use a stapler. But I like sewing things like this. Ooh, don't poke your finger. Ooh, that hurt. Ooh, that really hurt. Now I'm gonna bleed on my project. Watch out for fingers. This is not my normal awl. It's a lot sharper. I can't figure out where the other one went. I've had the same awl for years and years and years, and I love it. I got it from Paper Source many, many moons ago. And it's disappeared. I don't know what I did with it. Craft Desk must have eaten it. Okay, so I'm going in through the outside, in through the inside to the outside in the middle hole, and back in through the top, and then back out through the bottom, and back in through the middle for my pamphlet stitch. I'm just gonna make some knots in the middle here with my 2 around that middle thread. Try not to cry about my poked finger. Okay. Okay, really, but not too much blood. All right, that's not very good because I didn't pull it. But here's what's great about a pamphlet stitch, you guys. You can fix it really easily. If you're on a day like today for me, where nothing's going right, this is a super easy fix. And actually, it's good. It's good that I'm messing this up. Really, I promise it is. Okay, because you can untie those knots that you made. And I actually went through my thread there, which is also not good. And I just undid and fixed that too. And I can now pull this nice and tight and retie it. There. Good. And then my little notebook. Looks super nice, and I can't wait to put something on here, but I'm not gonna do it yet. I'm gonna slide this in here. But is it so tall? I guess it was tall on this one too. Seems a little taller here, maybe because I have extra glue. Let me just try to, yeah. Okay, so that tucks in there. Very good. Now, for the closure, and actually I meant to have you do this sooner. I'm gonna ink my dots, but this is okay because this will also be, I will show you how to do this. It would be easier to do this before you glued your front pocket, but it's not impossible with it glued. So we're gonna round the corners on this guy, and we're gonna add this guy to our front. Also ink him up. One of those days, what are you gonna do? Sometimes the projects go super smooth and beautifully and everything's done in one take, no issues. This is not that project. So that's okay. So we're gonna just glue this back portion. And you can kind of put this guy where you want him. I'm gonna put him a little higher than I did on the other one, because I think it looks nice. And then let's attach our guys. So we're gonna punch a hole in the middle of both of these two. And I'm not gonna use that stinky awl that just poked me. I'm gonna use my big bite. Or not, this is not the big bite, I don't think. Crocodile. That's what will help you find it if you're looking for it. I'm using the smaller size, the 1.5 or 1/8 inch circle. hole punch. Keep. And then I'm going to use these as a guide to see where I want to punch my holes for this. And I'm going to kind of just go like this. Okay, that guy's going to go there, and this guy's going to go here. And on this one, I can use this guy too. On this pocket, since I can't get back in there, since I'm glued it already, I'm going to just use my awl to poke that hole, okay? I'm going to grab my mini brads. Let's see, I think we've got to stick with our little bronze ones for this paper. So this guy's going to get the brad, and he's going to come in here. Actually, this is a good question. I decorated on this one. Do I want to decorate? Do I want to put something here like this? So give it another layer. Yeah, I like that one. Or else this one is kind of the perfect size if you like that. Okay, I think we will do it. So actually should have waited to punch my hole before I did that. This is one of those papers where my marks disappear as soon as they are made. It's like fairy paper, right? Just doesn't want you finding things. Okay. This, yeah, apparently, totally. Why did I think that I had cut that off in the right place? That's okay. Totally easy. Look at this. I can just do this. Whoop. Just like that. Okay. So now I can punch back through that hole, and I'm just going to use be all gluey now. But that's okay. It's not the end of the world. And put my brad in through my button, and voila. And it's a little trickier to do this with the other one. Oh, I like that. Oh, I actually really like how that turned out. I think that's nice. Second one. And now this is a little bit of a fiddle, but it can be done. So it's gonna go in through here. Oh wow, it's actually gonna be very smooth for me on this one. It was a lot harder on the other one. And then you might wanna just put a little bit of washi tape or something over those legs so things don't get stuck, or even a little piece of paper. Just like that. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. What's last? Our little paper clip guy. And, you know, putting on some twine or something for your closure. Presumably we want that, right? So that's gonna just get a knot underneath our top guy here. Maybe two, if you want it to stay where it is. Yeah. A little trim. And then I just figure out about how much I want. I don't want it to pull. Probably just go like that. Give it a little extra and make a knot on the end too, because I like how that looks. And then that guy goes like that. And okay, this little guy, if you want to make one of these, super simple. We're just going to take our little bits and pieces that we have left over, which I really don't, this paper is not working for me for this. This one came out nice, I think. I had this nice contrast between this lighter back and this dark front, and I think, look for a paper like that. For this, maybe we'll use this guy here. Okay, so I just have these gold paper clips, and all we're gonna do is cut some of these little teeny pieces. This one might actually be too wide. So we can take this one. Let's just take this one. And I'm just gonna fold around here just to see where I'm at. And then I just want one that's slightly longer. Oh, that's cute. Just all those words. He's gonna go next to this guy. How did I do that? I think I put it here. I just turned that paper clip around so that I've got this long side, this nice long side here underneath the little, this guy that I can kind of bend out. And I want this one to come in here and also fold and those are gonna be there, slightly separate sizes. And I'm gonna just then do a little eyeballing. Actually want to cut this. There's a little score line here that I'm trying to get rid of first. And I'm gonna just try to cut to the middle here and cut to the middle to give myself that little flag look. Being too precious about that. It's not gonna be perfect. You could measure if you want it to be perfect. And then those guys just get glued on, just like that. I'm gonna ink them up first. You just glue your, that back fold. I'm not even gonna take him off. Just glue this back fold around this paper clip. That's a lot of glue for a little piece of paper. Trying to use my big bottle. It is a bit of a volcano. These are cute though. It's a little bit extraneous, I feel like, for this project because there's already so much going on. But it's a fun way to use up your little scraps. On these guys, you can clip them wherever you want. Since I don't have an envelope for this one yet. And that's the thing, once those are glued on here, you want to I kind of pull this out, that front piece out. Or did I do it backward? What? No, this is how this one works. It's the same, I swear. Oh, because I put it back, I see. Push this back and then that will work. Then it can go on like this. Yeah. And that is very cute. I think that's everything. Thank you guys so much for watching and bearing with me on this slightly more confused and difficult project than usual. I think it's fun. I think it still turned out pretty well. I just have to redo a new envelope for this one since I mucked it up. But I'm sure yours turned out beautiful because you could see your score lines and cut yourself exactly right. I'm going to decorate this one up a little bit. I think this notebook guy could use a little stuff on him. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.